Hey yo, it's Omnidog here with an overview and a little bit of a review on the Phantom Stranger Omnibus. Now, this omnibus has been hotly anticipated by me because it was first solicited in 2020, then it dropped from existence. I think it got resolicited again, and I think it may have been dropped again, but then it got really resolicited, and this now coming out shows me that I think DC is really got its act together in the collected editions department. We'll have to see. They've come out with an awful lot of things, even a Secret Six omnibus, which is amazing. So we'll just have to see. But this is, of course, available at Organic Price Books. $2 off with code Omnidog. 5% off shipping 3 or more books together. Code Omnidog. Ship it together. Now, it's available this day on Organic Price Books. If you're watching this 2 years from now, well, just enjoy the overview. I have no idea if it'll still be in stock. First, this is a great Neil Adams cover, which doesn't look like a typical Neil Adams cover because of all this interesting shading that's here, and the ominous shadow here is Boss, and of course the spine's Boss because I like DC's spine dress. Yep. And then the back, is he man or ghost? Sly trickster or master mystic? This book is retailing for $150. Ooh, Jiminy Crickets. Okay, I better be careful with it. I paid my own money for this. Okay, so let's open it up, see the flaps. Yoink. Yes, I relaxed the spine. And we will take a look at... Now this is pretty interesting because they've got a cool cover here. DC's famous for usually doing just black, plain old black books. Even got Phantom Stranger there, and you even got the Phantom Stranger there. This is some excellent work by DC. Now I have a lot of bookmarks in here, so I'm going to try and not lose them so we can check the spine out. Let me hold these pages. There we go. Good spinage. Looks good from here. Nice eye hole. Now, listen to me carefully. Nobody should get FOMO over this book. This book starts in the Golden Age, has a big run in the Silver Age, and a run in the Bronze Age. This is my wheelhouse. Probably not a majority of you out there will dig reading it. Now, I do because I grew up with it. So if you're interested in it, my overview might help you, but don't get FOMO over this thing because I feel like there might be a little bit of extra hype I've been hearing. And the only reason that is because this thing's been delayed for so long. If you're a fan of Deadman Omnibus, the Spectre Omnibus, then yeah, you'll be a fan of this. If you're somebody that likes older comics, yes. If you're a fan of only modern comics, just watch for fun and leave me a like. Here we go. Neil Adams collection cover artist. There's several things I like about this. We've got a very excellent table of contents, and I'll list from what year to what year. So you can see this is a pretty chunky monster. Look at all this. We're up to over 1,000 pages here, and we're just on Saga of the Swamp Thing number 6. So 1245, 1246. So it's over 1,200 pages. And the new price for those is $150. So that's kind of where we are now. Who is the Phantom Stranger? I can tell you about him, but I'm going to let my one of my number one viewers, because of his vocabulary and intellect, his name, I believe it's a he, his name is Next Imaginaut, and listen to this description. This is amazing, I think. The Phantom Stranger is essentially a karmic, gothic Twilight Zone man with no name, I'll bet more in line with Eastwood's spectral High Plains Drifter Avenger. Hang on, I'm not done yet. By way of the pulp tradition's archetypal man in the black hat, condemned to maintaining cosmic balance, by sometimes passively witnessing, enlightenedly observing, sometimes invisibly, whoops, I lost the third one. Here it is. Invisibly orchestrating and sometimes directly intervening. In other words, he's something of a Vincent Price meets proto-Sandman / Doctor Strange type. Now, peace and love to everybody that thinks I could have come up with that. No, that was Next Imaginaut's description. I can't add anything to it. I asked him for permission and he said yes. Kudos to you kudos to Next Imaginaut, because that was an awesome description of what the Phantom Stranger is. And so we're starting out here in the Golden Age. These are glossy pages, and you can see he does have a little bit of shadowing on his eyes, but sometimes you can see him. So he didn't start out with the shadowy eyes. Oh, I didn't go over some of the creators. Sorry. We get a ton of Carmine Infantino art, which I love, in the Golden Age books through Phantom Stranger 4. There's several issues, several tales in some of these issues. So the first 4 have a lot of Carmine Infantino art. Phantom Stranger 5 has some Murphy Anderson art, Carmine Infantino pencils. These are generally written by like John Broome. John Broome is credited. Bob Brown, John Broome. Oh, there's Joe Giella and Murphy Anderson. Ooh, that's going to look good. So, and you've got, this is all through the Silver Age. I'm sorry, through the Golden Age. So you've got, and one thing they did that I like, I said there were several things, and I apologize, I forgot to say, it's in tiny type here, but it says they're basically apologizing. They did the best they could to figure out who the creators were, and that they apologized if they left anybody out, but generally in the early Silver Age and late Golden Age, or the Golden Age in general, you didn't really get credits written down and, you know, kept in the file. So I like that DC addresses that, because they went deep into the vaults for this. And of course, I will not forget, some of the best part is the Silver Age with Jim Aparo art. Not only is it Jim Aparo art, I mean, it's all art. Pencils and inks by Jim Aparo, and he does the lettering too in a bunch of them. This guy was pumping these out on a bi-monthly basis, doing all the art and sometimes the letters too. That's crazy on some of these issues. Wow. And his art is awesome. You'll see it. So let's get going on this. So this is what he used to look like. Remember, he's a proto Vincent Price, Sandman, Doctor Strange type guy. This is definitely Carmine Infantino art. Yeah, Carmine Infantino art, for those of you who like him as much as I do, which I definitely do. And Gutter Loss is not bad here in the beginning of this big chonker. So you can see he can't really be killed. And we're going to get to his origin at the end of this, because that's where it is in the book. So these are pretty much your standard late Golden Age tales. I find them very interesting and fun because they're taking a character who walks the earth, observing, as Next Imaginat said, and sometimes intervening. But here's the thing, he can't be killed, but he can be knocked out. He can be affected sometimes. If the other person has the right magic. Okay, so that's the end of the Golden Age run, and I bookmarked this because that is a boss cover by Neil Adams for Showcase. Showcase was the title that DC used to introduce characters. That's how the Spectre was reintroduced. Other characters, Dr. Midnight, Starman, Black Canary, like that, were all put in Showcase. And if it sold well enough, they got their own book. And so his was a good seller. So this is the Silver Age now. And I apologize. I said I was going to tell you what dates it was. It's 1952. 1952 to 1987. Okay. So he's very much a man of mystery, magic, occult, these things. He definitely leans into the magic category. And we'll see. Oh, look at this Neil Adams cover. Wow. Let's see. Where is this? Where? Okay. He does have a couple of antagonists that we will get to. And here's the first antagonist, Tala. She is featured a lot in this book. She is a mistress of the dark arts and frequently goes up against the Phantom Stranger, where he's trying to save people and she's trying to drag them to hell. What's the cover? Ooh, Tala again. Yeah, Tala's in this a lot. Now, Dr. 13 also appears a lot. This is Dr. 13. He thinks the Phantom Stranger is a hoaxer, a magician that just does sleight of hand. He doesn't believe in any of the things that the Phantom Stranger is able to accomplish, which he's accomplishing. But Dr. 13 is the ultimate skeptic, and he's throughout the book saying, whatever, Phantom Stranger, I'm sure you conned everybody, like he's lecturing here, Dr. 13. This looks like a team up with Batman. Yeah, this is Brave and Bold. Yeah. Oh, look at that Neil Adams cover. Cool. And now you see he's going more with the shadowed eyes look that sticks with him. Batman doesn't know what to believe either. He doesn't believe in magic. But Phantom Stranger helps him anyway. There's Tala again. Oh, there's Dr. 13 almost losing it. This, okay, wait, 292? Let me double check because I feel like that's Jim Aparo art. Doody doo 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 292. 272, Neil Adams cover, Art and Letters by Jim Aparo. Okay, so he does, wow, he does all the art and the lettering. So this guy was working hard and making it look great. Let's see, I have this bookmarked. Probably because of more Dr. 13. He's always in the Phantom Stranger's face. And so now even here without his hat, his eyes are shadowed. And this Jim Aparo art, soak it in because it's awesome. So it's a chunky book, so you're going to have a little bit of gutter loss, but it's not too bad. Oh, Tala, what are we going to do with you? Now, is this Tanaka's first appearance? Tanaka is the other guy that shows up to be... Oh, maybe that's... Yeah, this is Tanaka. Maybe that's why I bookmarked it. Tanaka is the other antagonist who, if you read the book, well, I won't spoil it for you. He does interesting things towards the end. Oh, what a great cover. This is actually a pretty creepy issue. Very creepy cover, very creepy issue. See, he can't be killed, but he can be punched. What's it? I don't know. He's the Phantom Stranger, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I had this bookmarked because Batman's in it. Oh, this is why. Batman, could you sign this? Give me your autograph. And he says, okay. And he, I don't know that I've ever seen Batman give an autograph to anybody, but it ends up helping to capture his essence, the autograph. So Batman, I don't think ever signed autographs again after that. Okay, this is a great cover. Why did I have this bookmarked? Let's see. Lane Wayne, a writer. Because this is the introduction of Cassandra, who becomes his love interest, sort of, through a lot of the book. She is blind, but she's also psychic. And they dance around throughout the book. They love each other and want each other, but you'll have to read the book to see what happens to her and the Phantom Stranger. But she's in a big part of the book and is his soulmate on Earth. Okay, the art has changed here. So where are we? Okay, Phantom Stranger, number 18. Okay. That's a great cover, too. One thing DC did that I love, page numbers at the bottom. Yeah, they did everything right in this book. Still Jim Aparo art. There's Cassandra again. And interestingly, they do have issues where he appears in Justice League of America. See, here they are holding hands, embracing. It's a big emotional scene, which is a big deal for the Phantom Stranger. So he does appear in other books, but they only included issues where he was a central character in this book. And, wait a minute, Spider-Man? Captain America? What the what? Oh, parade goers. That's funny. Dressed as Marvel heroes. That's awesome. I forgot about that. See, Jim Aparo did a huge chunk of this. It was just such a great thing. Here we have an issue with Jerry Tallock's art and a different... Oh, Dr. 13 still hunting him. Yeah, I think we've entered the zone where we do not see Jim Aparo art anymore, but the stories are still interesting. They feel like we're getting close to the Bronze Age stuff here. Here's 25 cents. Pretty sure we've moved into the Bronze Age here. Deadman appears in several of these issues, not knowing how to handle the Phantom Stranger. They co-starred for a while. Here's Cassandra again. You can always tell it's her because she has the pink jumpsuit on. She has a uniform just like a superhero. More Deadman. Here's Tali. Yeah, we're in the Bronze Age now. And then let's see. Why are we having Superman and Batman in here? Brave and Bold. Batman and the Phantom Stranger. So that's cool. Superman is also in there. He always narrates like Rod Serling in the beginning of Twilight Zone. So Phantom Stranger always narrates the beginning. Maybe this is the beginning of the Bronze Age. I don't feel like flipping back, so just go with it and dig it. Because we're getting close to... At one point, I think we're here now, he is... He doesn't have his own book anymore. He's a back story in Saga of the Swamp Thing. Yeah, those are these stories where he's a backup story in Saga of the Swamp Thing. And Swamp Thing appears in some, I think this, yeah, Phantom Stranger and Swamp Thing. And we're getting close to the end. I'm sorry I made this so long, but I'm really into this book. And we're in the Bronze Age now. I can promise you that. DC Comics presents Superman, Phantom Stranger, and the Joker. Okay. Yeah. Now, this is where the book gets really interesting, because it has the very end, Secret Origins. It has 4 different possible origins for the Phantom Stranger. Each one is written really well. Each one ties it into a historical figure, 2,000, 3,000 years ago, of the wandering person, the stranger who walks the earth. And one of these is written by Alan Moore. So see, all these take place in the distant past, although this one takes place in space. So Alan Moore writes this one, and we are done. And then there's just biographies. So there you go. Sorry, this is my longest overview ever. I'm sorry about that, but I hope you enjoyed it. Peace and love, peace and love. Follow me on Omnidog's Vault on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Omnidogs_Vault, and I have a Discord, which will be in the description. Peace and love, peace and love. Thank you for watching. Be good to each other, please.